Hi, today I'm going to address how to navigate the layout of Scratch. Scratch is a block-based programming application from MIT Media Lab. Notice that when you logged in and clicked on the Create button, that there are four main areas in the editor. You have the stage, you have the sprite list, you have the blocks palette, and the script area. Let's first look at the stage area. The cat or the sprite is a default character in Sprite. In Scratch, characters are called sprites and settings is the stage. Let me direct your attention to the cursor tools on the top of the stage. By hovering over each of the signs, notice that there is a duplicate, a delete, a grow, a shrink, as well as a help. To make a duplicate of your sprite, you would need to first click on the duplicate and select on the sprite. Notice that in the sprite list, there are two sprites, but on the stage, there is only one. That is, one is overlapping the other. Using the mouse, move the sprites over. In order to delete the sprite, click on the delete and select the sprite you want to delete. The next two tools are the grow to enlarge the size of the sprite and the shrink, which is to reduce the size. The sprite list is the panel below the stage. There is an eye for information on the top left corner. Click on it and notice that there is a drop-down box. You can change the name of the sprite to any name you want. I'm going to choose the word cat. Notice that the X and the Y values gives you the location of the sprite. Selecting the blue again closes the box and the name has been changed. The block palette allows you to change the code that can be applied to the sprites. So those are the scripts as well as the costumes. The costume tab allows you to edit the sprite. So by clicking on the costume, notice that there is costume 1 and costume 2. There is a color palette at the bottom as well as multiple icons for the editing of the sprite. For now, we are only going to focus on the color. Let's go and pause the video and like you to practice for activity 1. In this activity, you're going to duplicate the sprite, color the sprite using color palette of your own, and as well as renaming the sprite to colored cat. Now let's move on to the scripts. The script tab can be used to access the blocks of code. Notice how the blocks are color coded. For example, the blocks of code related to motion are blue in color. To make the sprite move, you just need to drag the box onto the script area. This indicates the sprite to move 10 steps. Other blocks related to motion include turning, pointing, to go to a particular location, as well as glide. The looks is the one which allows you to have the sprite either think or say something, as well as work on the costume. The other main script that we are going to address is the events. This is the most important of the script, and it is the starting point for all your blocks of code. So the one that we're going to select is when the flag is clicked. So once you have the blocks completed, selecting the flag allows the sprite to run. This block of code can be read as when the green flag is clicked, the cat is going to move 10 steps. So every time you click on the flag to run the script, the cat is going to move 10 steps and then it's going to pause. So for the final activity, I'd like you to go onto your Scratch and complete this activity. Duplicate the sprite and name it cat2. Move the sprite to the location x is 45 and y is -10. Hint, the go to is in the motion tab. You're going to use the grow and increase the size of cat2. Use the look script to have the sprite say welcome to my world. And finally, run the script by clicking the green flag. Completing these two activities as well as viewing this tutorial will allow you to understand the basics of the layout of Scratch. Tomorrow in class, we are going to focus our attention on a little bit more detailed activities.